Hello my fellow truth warriors, how are you? I wanted to talk to you about the Ukraine. I wanted to tell you that Russia want peace talks and they've offered peace talks on the table so many times now. But the trouble is, the Ukraine will not enter these peace talks. Why do you think that is? The big problem that we've got here is the fact that we've got NATO and all these Western countries from the UK and Canada and the US and everywhere else throwing billions of dollars at the Ukraine in order to fund a war. I imagine Ukraine feel obliged to continue this and maybe live on some kind of false hope that they could actually win a war against Russia. This to me just seems insane. Russia could actually wipe out the Ukraine, destroy it so easily just with one little foul swoop. Off the map, they're gone. This then might be what the Western world wants, because right now we're seeing a lot of people that want war. And what I want people to think about as well is the fact that all those people who are going along with this absolute charade that's making the Ukraine out to be these angelic, poor people who are, being badly done to because of what Russia's doing. You're not helping the cause. Think about the consequences of supporting the Ukraine. The fact that the Ukraine are backed by all these Western countries, they're being armed to the teeth and quite basically could push Russia to a nuclear war. Everybody that supports the Ukraine in regards to this is putting the crosshairs on their own head. Because if this becomes a global war, if this becomes World War III and nuclear missiles start flying, not at the Ukraine will be gone. That'll be the first thing they wipe off this bloody planet. But the fact that after that, they're coming after every other country that has supported it and funded it to be an aggressor against Russia. Russia that want peace talks with the Ukraine. And also consider Vladimir Zelensky, the guy who is an actor, a puppet. He's doing his Vogue cover shoots. He's meeting up. Every celebrity wants to fly to Kiev and have the photo opportunity with him. It's an absolute joke. It's like watching the Kardashians. It's ridiculous. Consider who Zelensky is and why he's continuing to do this. This is a very wealthy man. How wealthy, I don't think people realise. Let's take the highest paid actor that most people will know, and that's Denzel Washington. So you can imagine how wealthy Denzel Washington is as the highest paid actor. Guy's put out some fantastic movies, don't get me wrong, probably worth everything he's worked for, but the guy is extremely rich because of these movies. How would you believe that if I tell you now Vladimir Zelensky is richer than him? Denzel Washington has less money than Vladimir Zelensky, and Zelensky has huge mansions all across the world, an enormous one in Florida. Why? Because he was an actor? He wasn't that good. Why? Because he's a president? No, he doesn't earn that much. So how has this man amassed so much money? I'll tell you why. Because those who support the war, those who are funding him, those who benefit from the money that comes through from the military-industrial complex, are also paying this guy to go along with it. We do not need World War III. The people who are in charge of your governments right now do. Consider what problems you are causing in continuing to support this effort in the Ukraine. I think it's suicide. I really think at the end of the day, if this turns hot, people are going to die all around the world, in the UK, in Canada, in the US. And why? Because they thought it was the right thing to do. So think about what the right thing to do is. The right thing to do is for us to keep out of foreign entanglements. The right thing to do is to stay out of wars that have absolutely nothing to do with us. Especially when it's your money, your taxpayers' dollars, in the billions heading to the Ukraine, whilst you and your family are struggling to put fuel in your vehicle because of the sanctions your country put on Russia, struggling to put food on the table because the price of goods and commodities have gone up. Next year, it's going to be even worse. Food is going to become scarce. We have such a reliance on things that come out of Russia, from fertilizer and many other things. And right now, we are cutting our own noses off to spite our faces because of the support which we are giving to the Ukraine. Just think about it. Russia want peace talks. Ukraine will not enter into it because of who's backing them and who is funding them to the tune of billions. Billions which your children will end up continuing paying in lifetimes to come. We need to really think about this, guys. We really need to figure out what's going on, de-escalate the situation, allow the peace talks to happen and get this over and done with. This is not our war. We have nothing to do with this whatsoever. We need peace around the world. Have we not learned from the previous wars how many people have been killed, massacred, the genocides that have gone on, and the same people that have profited from backing the wars, funding the wars, supplying the equipment, machinery, everything? It's the same people time and time again that profit from this. And the only people that don't profit is the likes of me and you, because we lose our money and we eventually lose our lives. Just think about it. Goodbye.